So there's footage out there of the homie Nipsey Hussle and the homie Diddy, and they in the studio, and you know, Nip is playing some music, you feel me, that Diddy had a part in, and the homie Nip start clapping. And Diddy like, hey, don't be clapping. And the homie Nip's like, I'm finna clap, like, you feel me? And he like, on neighborhood, you feel me? Like, he started throwing the signs up. He like, neighborhood. Look, rumor has it there was a little beef between them, a little tension between them. You feel me? The video we finna get into now was Nipsey Hussle running from Diddy. Tap in. What's happening, people? It's the homie Smitster 400 coming at you straight off the Ave, and this is Smitster Reacts. One time, salute all the subscribers wherever you at, new and old, all around the world. And if you made it to this video, go ahead, give us a like, subscribe, baby. Join the team. You feel what I'm saying? Salute. Look, Zenfi, Mr. Dubbins, Sosa, Jazz. You know what it is. So look, without further ado, man, shout out Hood TV. We're gonna get right into this content. What was the title, man? Cat Williams reveals why Nipsey Hussle was running from Diddy. Was he running from Diddy? Was there some, you feel what I'm saying, tension? Seemed like there was. Without further ado, let's get right into it. You don't want to see the reaction, you know what to do. Hit the link in the description. Everybody else, rock out. Look, tap in, live streams coming this weekend. I'm also start doing some solo Johns, so look forward to that. We finna get it going. You know what I'm saying? Look, let's get it.
That's why, you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
Back jerky, Lord, I crack you up.
I'm saying, Lauren.
Crazy, that's the clip I was talking about right there, bro. You peep how they in the studio, they having a little session. He like, clap. Because Diddy told a homie not to clap. I mean, who not finna clap for their own ish? I'm telling you like this. If I'm in the studio, my ish rocking, I'm clapping, homie. I don't care what you got to say about it. We clapping, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't finna bully nobody up over here. And that's the energy Nip was coming with, especially being that he from the turf. And look, that's how I go. Straight like that. Let's get it.
I'm saying, Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, you know, we was at Cassie's birthday.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. You know, I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap.
Cat Williams just dropped another bomb.
Look, and that's the part that's a little weird. He like, somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. Now, how did you fix it, sir? The question remains. Let's go.
Looks like he ain't done exposing all the crazy stuff that's been going down in the industry. Word is, Cat has info on what the real connection between Diddy and Nipsey is. I don't know how the Diddy trial is gonna go down, but what I do know is we are gonna get answers to a lot of this theories floating around, including what happened to Nipsey. Now the question is, what kind of trap was Diddy really running that Nipsey got dragged in? And how does Cat fit into the entire narrative? If you've been keeping up, you probably heard Lauren London's name pop up in Diddy's federal case. People are asking how she tied into all this and why is she caught in the crossfire. But here's the thing, Lauren actually knew about Diddy's shady past for years. Yup, she knew what Diddy was up to and how he was treating Cassie. There have also been several unconfirmed theories that Lauren was one of Diddy's girls, just like Young Miami. So after all this, isn't it crazy that she still went ahead and introduced Nipsey to Diddy?
Hook up with the biggest rapper at the time, everything's great. By the way, isn't she? Lauren is the one that introduced Nip to Diddy. Diddy couldn't even get to Nip, even though he had ties in LA.
Shout out Jaguar Wright, man. I wonder what Jaguar is up to, man. We might have to do some research on Jag, man. Jag been a little quiet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's up with Jag right now, but shout out Jaguar Wright. Let's go.
It was Lauren that brought Nip to him.
And it wasn't just Jaguar talking either. Nah, even Nipsey himself confirmed it. Yeah, you remember when he was on The Breakfast Club? He literally said, Lauren's the one who introduced me to Puff.
I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, you know, we was at Cassie's birthday.
And the streets and several of Nipsey's fans believe that Lauren wasn't just a ride or die girlfriend in the background and played a much deeper role. Could it be that she was put there to keep Nipsey in check? Some say she was Diddy's eyes and ears, controlling Nipsey's moves, making sure he didn't go off the rails. But it doesn't stop there. This connection between Nipsey and Diddy turned into something real deep. In an interview, Diddy straight up said, Nipsey wanted to learn from me, how I did my business, how I made my moves. Y'all take note of that line, because we got to talk about how shady that sounds real quick.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. You know, I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed
that part. Somebody tried to jerk
it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap.
Now, fast forward to Nipsey's tragic death, and people are circling back to those ties, questioning if Diddy's influence did more harm than good to Nip. And it gets way messier, because now we got Cat Williams out here, and he's not
salute to Cat Williams
holding back. He claims artists like Nipsey that worked with Diddy always had a bigger price to pay. I mean, let's look at all the artists that worked with Diddy and where they are. Cassie, Meek Mill, YK Osiris, French Montana, Craig Mack, Danity Kane.
Yeah.
Yep, all have the
YK got, look, YK, bruh, they did YK so many types of dirty, bruh. They use him like a punching bag in the industry, it seemed like. You feel me? Like the laughing stock of ish. And it makes sense. I ain't know he had ties to Diddy like that. Makes sense.
Their own horrific stories to tell. Folks are saying this whole Diddy mentorship thing is shady as hell. And with clips of Nipsey and Diddy together resurfacing, all the whispers about Diddy possibly having more than just a business interest in Nipsey are starting to sound real loud.
What y'all doing? Lauren! Cassandra! What are you doing? Want some blue dot?
In this footage, Diddy is seen licking his lips, zooming in on Nipsey like he was admiring him, and Nipsey seems to be unaware of all that's going on, just innocently vibing to the studio beats. Y'all remember when Cat said he turned down $50 million 4 times just to keep his dignity? Makes you wonder what kind of crazy stuff was really going on. And yeah, he claimed Diddy tried to pull him into it, but Cat shut it down real quick.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
Infamous interview, bro. If anyone, I don't see how anyone could have not seen this interview. Go look up the Shay Shay and Cat Williams interview. Set the whole year off last year. Crazy.
I did.
Even Terrence Howard said something similar. Diddy initially wanted a professional relationship, but that quickly changed, and Terrence ran before things went crazy.
Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at it, like waiting. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you notice to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you punch them in the mouth, threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like.
He said, for what? Real spill. For what? For what?
Or looking at you like you're a woman. You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room.
Now folks are starting to connect the dots, alleging Diddy might have been making moves on Nipsey, and when Nipsey refused, things got tense. As for Lauren and Diddy, the streets have been screaming. Old pics have resurfaced, showing Lauren and Diddy looking real cozy. And the wildest part, Nipsey's right there in the background, looking like a third wheel in his own relationship. After Nipsey passed, Lauren did an interview with Angie Martinez, and that's where things went from weird to straight up strange. She said it was Diddy who helped her through the grief, which sounds innocent enough, right? But then she dropped a bomb. Diddy told her, "Look, Boog, you have shown everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." Lauren casually mentions that Diddy called her Boog, a nickname Nipsey used to call her. Why would Diddy be using a nickname that was so personal to her and Nipsey unless they had another type of bond? And that right there, folks, raised red flags. Now Nipsey was out here doing his own thing, moving independently away from Hollywood politics. But Lauren, she had ties, she had access, and after she brought him around Diddy, disaster struck. Former bad boy insider Gene Deal came.
They say that last photo shoot that she did with Nipsey with the white horse, the white pale horse, the horse of, you know what I'm saying, the horse of death. They've been saying that Lauren was a little in the whole situation. You feel me? These dots being connected, kind of crazy. I don't know.
Came out warning about the danger of making certain requests in the industry. He talked about how Nipsey once told him that he wanted his music to have the same energy as Biggie's Life After Death album. Let that sink in for a second. Life After Death, the album that dropped right after Biggie got taken out.
Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as Life After Death. That same feel was that Biggie got, and he went on to sell about 10 million albums, or 10 million copies.
Look, man, you gotta watch what you look. Words are spells, bro. You can't be. He put that energy out there. I understand what he was saying, the feeling, but it's like, bro, like he said, Life After Death was literally like, come on, man. That's kind of eerie, bro. That's eerie.
I was saying you got to watch what you say to demons, because it just might come true.
And according to Gene, that was Nipsey's biggest mistake, because once Diddy got involved, it was game over. Nipsey started spending more time at Diddy's mansion than in the studio, and that's when everything changed. It's like Diddy's grip on him got tighter, and suddenly Nipsey's looking stressed, looking tired, acting like someone who just wasn't the same. Fans started to notice the shift. Maybe Diddy couldn't control Nipsey, a smart, independent, revolutionary.
Energy vampires. Beware of energy vampires, people. Diddy sounds like he was an energy vampire, just leeching off of this man's greatness, leeching off of this, because Nipsey had that aura, he had that energy, you feel me? When, you know, he walk in the room, he shift that whole ish, like he inspired people, you know? He inspired people, and it was a lot of people around him, I feel, were very envious and didn't like the power that he had and his not give a F type attitude, because he was from the turf neighborhood, you feel what I'm saying? So, hey, kind of crazy and kind of eerie for Gene to speak on, you know, him speaking to demons and this, that, and the third. Crazy.
Tighter, and suddenly Nipsey's looking stressed, looking tired, acting like someone who just wasn't the same. Fans started to notice the shift. Maybe Diddy couldn't control Nipsey, a smart, independent, revolutionary voice from the streets who wasn't about to bend the knee to Hollywood. Some say Diddy was trying to get at Lauren on the low, thinking maybe after Nipsey was out of the picture, she'd be his next target. But let's keep it real. Diddy ain't never treated the women he dates with the kind of love he claims to. He didn't treat Cassie like a queen, had her under his control, and we've all seen the stories of their relationship. Kim, the mother of his kids, she passed after years of emotional trauma and mental stress, all allegedly due to Diddy's manipulative ways. So when people say Diddy was after Lauren, thinking he was gonna put her on some pedestal, nah, this ain't about love. This is about control. Word is, Diddy's grief game is different. When Biggie died, Diddy made a Grammy-winning tribute and then launched his solo career, straight up capitalized off the pain. When Kim Porter passed, Diddy turned into the grieving single dad, the spiritual family man, even though we all know he was out here doing dirt. And when Nipsey passed, Diddy made sure to post about Lauren, preaching about healing, sliding into legacy vibes he never earned. Every time someone powerful dies, Diddy knows how to center himself in the tragedy. So here's the question. Was Diddy just trying to set himself up for another legacy moment after Nipsey was taken out? Rumors got folks saying that he saw Nipsey as an easy target, a pawn to build his legacy on. But even then, someone had to open the door for that, and many are pointing fingers at Lauren. As for Cat Williams, he this coming, long before the headlines, before the arrests, before the world caught on. He knew that the Diddy trap was going to get busted. Not just the parties or the contracts, but the setup, the blackmail.
It's all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing, you would tell it. I know so many things I shouldn't know. When I walk in a room, heads go down.
And trust the internet has a lot to say. One user bluntly put it, saying Lauren was set up to be with Nips by Diddy. Remember, she thanked Puff during the funeral. It's all about connecting the dots and seeing if people are willing to accept it. While this user wrote, Diddy did what he did to Big. He got on the album and planned his death to keep the money and royalties of the album. And with all the chatter about Diddy's violent tendencies and manipulation, fans are wondering if Lauren will ever testify in court. Was she a victim of the situation, or was she part of the game? And could Diddy have been behind what went down with Nip? Drop your thoughts in the comments, cause trust, this one's far from over. And if you're all in for raw truths and bold takes, hit that like, subscribe.
Look. Salute the Hood TV. Go over there, give them a subscription, man. Dope content, dope video. Look, bruh. It seems clear as day that the homie Diddy has some type of involvement. Whatever he gets involved with, like he said, you know what I'm saying, when it came to all those situations with Biggie and, you feel me? All them cats, all the like with Kim Porter, he centers himself, he feeds, he's like an energy vampire. He's a goddamn energy vampire. That's what he is. He's an energy vampire. That's all it is, bro. Locked up in shambles. The trial continues. And we're going to get into that this week. Tap in. You feel what I'm saying? Live stream on the way. You feel me? We back in action. You know what it is. Yeah. If you made it to this point in the video, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe. Salute to all the subscribers. Let me know how you feel about the situation, man. Do you think that Diddy has something to do with Nipsey passing away? I think it's eerie that the homie Nipsey was like, he want that life after death vibe. And then all of a sudden, like Gene said, life after death. I mean, look, the energy was one of his biggest. Come on, man. Like, More Money, More Problems is on that album. Let that sink in. Hypnotize. Could you imagine if he was alive right now, bro? Crazy, bro. Crazy. But look, it's the homie Smitster 400. This has been Smitster Reacts. Thank you for tuning in. Peace and love to everybody, wherever you at, all around the world. I'm out of here. Owie.